Yo bar, what's up and what's happening? And today I've got a little bit of a rant with people who are on online dieting groups. So basically I'm on these dieting groups where I kind of help people, give them advice for free and stuff like that. But I do try my best to be able to give people sort of honest advice that's kind of got nothing attached to it. There's no sale or anything like that. I'm not trying to sell them anything. I'm not trying to sell them a product. I'm just trying to be a good coach and kind of get involved with a community. However, you do tend to find some people who don't really know what they're talking about. So basically, the way that this works is that anybody can ask a question and anybody can answer. So the question is, I work in a school and I need to eat snacks that I can grab on the go. What's good? I need to avoid those biscuits. Thanks. So there's been a few people who've commented on here and that's absolutely fine. So basically, I gave a list of things that this person who's basically trying to take up the keto diet, and this is kind of where the problem lies. I tried to give this person a range of different foods that she could eat as snacks. Nice and simple, nothing too complicated. What I also mentioned in there is that someone could have carrot sticks or celery sticks with some hummus. And I got absolutely bombarded with people who are like, hummus isn't keto. You can't have hummus in keto. It's not good for you. Blah, 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 because of the amount of carbohydrate which is inside hummus. But then I'm thinking, okay, no problem. You can't have hummus because you're trying to take on a keto diet. So the community have advised this person who's asking about what she can eat as a snack, instead with things like a pepperoni, beef jerky, and wisps, which I figured out were like basically crisps with zero carbs in. And I'm thinking to myself, well, the point is that you're trying to get healthier. Yes, you're trying to lose weight and that probably is your main priority, but one of your objectives also is to eat better and choose better food. By eating something like wisps, you're basically eating nothing better than biscuits or crisps in my opinion, because they're just going to digest in the stomach and they're going to make your insulin spike. The thing that this leads me on to is I was thinking that are these people even considering to have really healthy meals? So you're going to have a keto diet, that's fine. That means you're going to have less carbohydrate. Okay, you don't want to have hummus as something in your snack, even though it does have carbohydrate, but you're allowed up to 50 grams of carbohydrate per day when you're taking on a keto diet. But are you even considering taking on just healthy meals? Even if you had breakfast, lunch and dinner, or even if you had like a late breakfast and then a large lunch and a small dinner, or however you want to balance your keto dieting, are you eating clean at all, or are you just trying to avoid carbohydrate? Because if you're just trying to avoid carbohydrate at all costs, you're going to find it quite hard to lose weight. Because with keto, yes, you can definitely lose weight through keto dieting, but this isn't just a short-term thing. This is a long-term journey. It's a long-time lifestyle. So I fear that people who are just trying to employ these really quick and easy escape routes aren't actually thinking about the whole picture. The whole picture is that when you take on a keto diet, you're looking at everything in your lifestyle. Are you looking at your activity, how much you move, and then the types of foods that you're eating? Because if you're going to choose processed foods which haven't got much carbohydrate in them, they've got more protein and they've got more fat, okay, but where is it that you're dividing the processed from the non-processed? Because if you look at the keto diet also, it's also trying to encourage you to eat non-processed foods, and I think that's where people go wrong. People seem to get onto these diets such as keto, such as intermittent fasting, which I completely support. If it works for you, then that's fine. But what doesn't work is trying to do it to the nth degree, where you're saying, oh, I can't have that because it's got a carbohydrate in, but you're happy to eat shit. It just doesn't make any sense whatsoever. It's not going to last. And, you know, obviously I can't mention any of these groups' names, but some of these people who are on there are kind of people who are still quite unhealthy, you know, and their suggestions are unhealthy. So to summarize, if you're going to take on a diet such as keto, don't do it to the point where you're actually now just abusing yourself another way. Okay, you need to look at your diet as a whole, and when you take on something like keto dieting, you need to take it stage by stage by stage, step by step. For example, let's say you started to minimalize the amount of carbohydrates you had in your diet, but the average human's probably going to be consuming north of 200 grams of carbohydrate, and that is going to include some sugars because we have a very highly processed diet nowadays. A lot of foods that we eat are processed for us through factories. So what we want to think about is how can we start to reduce the amount of carbohydrate without knocking it down to like 20 or 30 grams or 50 grams, okay, per day. You need to be able to introduce that over stage or steps or journeys or goals, marginal small goals that you obtain. So you start at like 200 grams, then you drop down to 150, then you drop down to 120, 100, 80, and then eventually you get down to 50 grams. Because what you've done as a beginner, someone who's starting out the keto dieting, trying to find the best things that suit them, is that you're trying to do it in these small steps. Once you've done that, then it's so much less likely to fail on you. The diet's actually going to support you. It's going to support your lifestyle. It's going to support your sort of social lifestyle. It's going to support your work balance, and you're going to find your groove within that diet. Be fit, be healthy, and of course, be a boss bar.
It's the Yo Bossy Week.